Good evening, friends, family, colleagues, and industry partners. In early January, after a 3-year hiatus, the MPF Ratings team was confident a face-to-face celebration of the MPF Awards would occur. Unfortunately, Hong Kong's coronavirus has left us with no choice but to go virtual once again. While this year's show has been put together at short notice, it's our hope it brings happiness. And before long, we'll be able to meet and celebrate tonight's wins in a way this esteemed industry and its stakeholders deserve. Please stay safe and enjoy the next 23 minutes. And I know what you're wondering. Yes, this is a very bad homemade haircut. And I've lost a lot of weight. 12 kilos. Enjoy tonight's show. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Francis Chung, Chairman of MPF Ratings and your host for tonight. Welcome to the 2022 MPF Awards, coming to you virtually for a third consecutive year as the world continues to navigate an ever-changing coronavirus pandemic. But as things change, some things remain exactly the same. MPF's biggest prizes, the employer's choice, the people's choice, and the biggest of them all, the MPF Scheme of the Year. Tonight marks the 10th edition of the MPF Awards, and this year's list of sponsors and supporters reflects the community's support for the MPFA's digital transformation and sustainable investing ambitions, and the government's view that green and sustainable finance is one of the most important opportunities for Hong Kong's financial services industry, with MPF being no exception. At MPF Ratings, we too want to play our part to assist the MPFA achieve its ambitions. Through our major event partner, Kaplan Professional, MPF Ratings will be launching a socially responsible first. Money Master, an MPF knowledge certificate to financially educate Hong Kong workers through those initially responsible for selecting an MPF scheme, Hong Kong employers, and their HR teams. With technology partner Methodic, expect to see new technology and apps in market. And in another industry first, MPF Ratings is partnering with leading carbon investment products and data company, Spark Change, to introduce a series of environmentally responsible products and services, enabling trustees to fulfill their governance, strategy, risk management, and disclosure obligations under the recently announced Principles for Adopting Sustainable Investing in the Investment and Risk Management Processes of MPF Funds. MPF Ratings is proud to play its part to be associated with these companies and the sponsors and industries that you see beside me. Please join me in thanking them for their support and commitment not only to the MPF Awards, but also to the MPF industry at large. Now, without further ado, let's start proceedings by celebrating the MPF schemes who in 2022 achieved MPF Ratings' highest standards, a gold rating. And also those which delivered the one thing members always look for: consistent performance. Congratulations to MPF's gold-rated schemes and consistent performers, and a special congratulations to Fidelity and My Choice for being the only two schemes to have achieved gold for 10 consecutive years. Competition and innovation are essential business growth drivers, and within MPF, it's no different. The Rising Star, Fast Mover, Best New Innovation, Best Use of Technology, and the Best TVC Provider Awards all speak to the very competition and innovation required to ensure our industry continues to grow as it moves along its digital transformation journey. So congratulations to the following schemes on their success and for the future. To their commitment to competition and innovation, we applaud them. MPF's Rising Star, a scheme which attracted 170% of their market share in net inflows in 2021 and saw 11 of their constituent funds improve their one-year performance. Congratulations to Principal MPF Series 800 on being named the Rising Star, MPF's most improved scheme. MPF's Fast Mover is awarded to MPF's fastest growing scheme. Sun Life Rainbow MPF scheme received a net inflow share equivalent to almost 4 times its AUM market share in 2021, a third consecutive win which perhaps proves there really are pots of gold at the end of rainbows. Introduced in 2019, tax-deductible voluntary contributions have become a highly competitive business channel with noticeably more active promotions, incentives, and easier ways to apply. Ticking all those boxes this year, this year's best TVC provider is AIA. Digital transformation speaks to innovation, so it's only fitting that 2022's Best New Innovation Award is digitally inspired. This year's Best New Innovation Award winner is Fidelity Retirement Master Trust, for its e-withdrawal platform which offers members the flexibility to stay invested while allowing withdrawals based on preferred amounts and frequency. And whilst in previous years it was not uncommon to see one unique feature inspire the Best Use of Technology Award, this year's winner, HSBC Super Trust Plus, has used technology broadly in areas such as mobile app functionality, pre- and post-retirement tools, and evaluation calculators as part of a holistic revamp. Congratulations to Principal, Sun Life, AIA, Fidelity, and HSBC, all deserving winners, but the question is, will their early success tonight be enough to carry home MPF's most coveted titles? If competition and innovation speak to business growth, then quality administration, communication and education, and customer experience are the keys to business retention. It gives MPF Ratings great pleasure to introduce MPF's Best Administrator, Best Communication Education winner, and the winners for the categories of Best MPF Member Experience and Employer Experience. The BCT Group has never lost sight of high-quality pension administration, making its mark on MPF as MPF's Best Administrator. Fidelity Retirement Master Trust, a 5-time MPF Scheme of the Year winner, and a scheme which has achieved a gold rating every year since the inception of the MPF Awards, wins the title of Best Communication and Education, a key component that also helps them take home the title of Best Member Experience. While Manulife takes home the award for delivering Hong Kong employers MPF's Best Employer Experiences. Hats off to the BCT Group, Fidelity, and Manulife. Doubtless, all three of you are now on edge, awaiting with eager anticipation the results for the People's Choice, the Employer's Choice, and 2022's MPF Scheme of the Year. Will one of these MPF Titans take home MPF's biggest prize tonight? We'll have to wait and see. MPF is in a position of privilege, With access to 4.5 million account holders across Hong Kong's workforce, our system can be used as a catalyst for positive change. And with trustees being urged by the MPFA to act now to evaluate financial risks and opportunities so that schemes are capable of providing sustainable returns for scheme members in their retirement, we felt compelled to reward practical examples of good governance and socially and environmentally responsible initiatives within the MPF industry. The next category of awards is MPF's way of acknowledging the industry for their contribution to sustainability, to the E, the S, and the G. 2022's socially responsible MPF sponsors are the BCT Group for the BCT Academy, which promotes lifelong learning for a better retirement. Manulife for their Go Paperless Education Aid Program, which reduces paper use while simultaneously teaching future-proof work skills and financial planning to a younger audience. Principal for their ongoing support of breast cancer awareness in our community. And Sun Life for their Team Up Against Diabetes program, raising awareness for a disease which affects 1 in 10 adults here in Hong Kong. 2022 also sees MPF Awards' first ever environmentally responsible winners. AIA for the industry's only environmentally aware constituent fund, their Prime Value Choice Green Fund. And HSBC for their Clean Waterways program, an initiative to reduce plastics around Hong Kong waters where microplastic levels are 40% higher than world averages. Whilst on the governance front, HSBC trustee, as trustee for schemes sponsored by Fidelity, Haitong, Hang Seng, HSBC and Sun Life, take home the award for good governance. Congratulations to all scheme sponsors, trustees, administrators and individuals behind the hard work and success. Hard work and success, which now takes us to the pointy end of the MPF Awards, counting down to the MPF Scheme of the Year, by first announcing the winners of the Employer's Choice and the People's Choice. 2022's Employer's Choice. This is the 4th year that MPF Ratings and the Employers Federation of Hong Kong have worked collaboratively to allow those with the mandated responsibility for initially choosing an MPF scheme, the employers of Hong Kong, to have their say. This year, almost 750 employers generously gave up their time to vote through the annual MPF Employers Expectations Survey. So it's only fair that we give back generously and announce Yu Mo Man from the Worldwide Stationery Manufacturing Company as the winner of an exclusive gift pack to share amongst colleagues. Congratulations, Mo Man. Your winning prize is on its way now, and so too is the announcement of this year's Employer's Choice. This year, Hong Kong's employers nominated the following 3 finalists as their preferred Employer's Choice: Sun Life, Principal, and HSBC, with the majority of employers selecting HSBC as the 2022 Employer's Choice. Congratulations to HSBC on winning your first ever Employer's Choice Award, a wonderful achievement, a coveted title, and well deserving for a scheme which is gold rated, environmentally responsible, and has used technology extensively to revamp their MPF offering. It's clear your efforts have resonated with Hong Kong's employers. Once again, congratulations, HSBC. While the initial mandated responsibility to choose an MPF scheme rests with employers, growing account balances, account consolidations, and better member engagement are empowering MPF members to make their own decisions, making the People's Choice a prestigious acknowledgement. And this year, in a highly competitive vote, 75% of sponsors saw their schemes nominated as the People's Choice. with the top 3 as voted by the people of Hong Kong being YF Life, Principle, and Manulife. And the winner of the 2022 People's Choice Award in the tightest contest ever, separated by only a handful of votes, is Manulife. Congratulations Manulife on winning your 4th People's Choice, a very close decision only confirmed after the last day of voting, serving to reinforce the growing awareness of MPF members and the importance of active engagement. The supporter scheme members is a big honour, but there's no bigger honour in MPF than the MPF Scheme of the Year. Last year saw Sun Life's Rainbow Warrior strangle AIA's Anaconda, torpedo Manulife's Machine, and destroy Fidelity's Fortress on its way to claiming MPF's biggest prize in an event which ringside announcer Looney Dong Drachma described as the brawl for it all. This year it's once again for it all. But it's not a brawl. But as any good filmmaker will tell you, between the start and the end of a good story, there is tension and suspense. Tension and suspense which needs a resolution. So ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready as we roll out the red carpet and take you from Hollywood Road, Hong Kong to Hollywood.
Please welcome 2 times Academy Award winner, actress Jen Fender, to announce the winner of the 2022 MPF Scheme of the Year.
Thank you very much. Few things are as important as comfortable retirement, right? Tonight, we've hopefully brought to light the impact MPF has made and can make on the lives of MPF members, and also on society as a whole. For the industry, here are the MPF schemes that made the greatest impact this year. And the nominees are AIA's Prime Value Choice, starring Elaine Lau and directed by Benny Ng. Prime Value Choice is the MPF Awards Best TVC provider and the only scheme offering a green fund to MPF members. BCT MPF Pro Choice. Powered by MPF's Best Administrator, Pro Choice is produced by Kashi Lau, co-directed by Bob Lee and Rachel Song, and sponsored by BCT Financial Limited. BEA MPF Value Scheme. Sponsored by the Bank of East Asia, BEA Value picked up 4 consistent performer awards across multiple fund categories at this year's MPF Awards. Fidelity Retirement Master Trust. Directed by KP Look, produced by Charlotte Chan, and starring Louis Lee, Fidelity is looking to claim its 6th MPF Scheme of the Year title in 2022. Hang Sen's Super Trust Plus. The prequel to the Super Trust Plus franchise, Hang Seng is supported by HSBC Provident Fund Trustee, Hong Kong Limited, MPF's Good Governance winner. HSBC's Super Trust Plus. The sequel to the Super Trust franchise stars T.F. Low with a supporting cast including Julia Chan and Gigi Yip. HSBC Super Trust Plus collected its first ever Employer's Choice Award in 2022. Manulife Global Select MPF Scheme. Manulife Global Select is produced by Alan Leung and directed by Raymond Ng. Manulife complements tonight's socially responsible and best employer experience wins with 7 consistent performer awards. Manulife Retired Choice MPF Scheme. This is Retired Choice's first MPF Scheme of the Year nomination since its sponsorship was taken over by Manulife International Limited. My Choice MPF Scheme. Produced by Andrew Law, directed by Ken Cheng, and co-starring Albert Chan and Leo Falk, My Choice has achieved a gold rating for 10 consecutive years. And Sun Life Rainbow MPF Scheme. The current MPF Scheme of the Year, this year's Fast Mover and Socially Responsible Award recipient for its diabetes awareness campaign, is produced by Rainbow Pan, directed by Victor Mann, and co-stars Thomas Fong and Clara Choi. The 2022 Scheme of the Year goes to Manulife Global Select MPF Scheme.
Due to COVID travel restrictions, unfortunately, Manulife could not be with us tonight. But Manulife Global Select MPF Scheme takes home 7 consistent performance awards and awards for Best Employer Experience, Social Responsibility, and now, for the first time ever, an MPF Scheme of the Year win. Congratulations to Manulife, as we now head back to the studio and to our host, Francis Chung.
Wow, what a journey! 5 years ago, Manulife inspired MPF Ratings to reward social responsibility. 2 years ago saw Global Select receive its first gold rating. And this year sees a 4th People's Choice Award culminating the industry's highest honour, the MPF Scheme of the Year. Congratulations to Ellen, Raymond and the entire Manulife crew. MPF Ratings and the MPF industry, we salute you. Well, that's our show for 2022. A big congratulations and thank you to you, the MPF industry. From the MPFA to the sponsors, trustees, administrators, fund managers and agents and brokers. Collectively, you're an industry integral to the retirement outcomes for Hong Kong workers. May we never lose sight of our position of privilege and responsibility as we move along MPF's digital transformation and sustainable investing journey. Thank you, stay safe, stay healthy, and good night.